Welcome to episode 68 of Blue-Lusional.
We have bad news, just like all the other 68 weeks
Yep.
that we did this.
Time to bring you bad news with some laughs to make it a little bit more easier to bear.
Are you ready?
But you know what? The week still goes on. Everyone still manages to get by. We gotta just keep that mindset until November, and then we'll be fine, guys. Step one. Will it into existence.
Okay. All right, step one, okay?
Mhm.
But before we get there, we are still at a war. Okay, United States is pulling Israel type shit now. So we got a report of, I believe it was yesterday, a residential area in Iran was bombed with a 2,000-pound Mark 84 bomb. I believe that's one of those bunker busters that they used last July, when they first started striking Iran and saying that they took out all of Iran's nuclear capabilities when they missed. This Mark 84 bomb is one of the largest conventionally used bombs in the U.S. military. And we wonder why we're running out of munitions, because they're just dropping these willy-nilly. There was no military site near this residential area where this bomb dropped. So this was just war motherfucking crime, period. Just killing civilians just cause. No other reason than that. Who got killed? It was a mother, a father, a 2-year-old child, and the rest of the children that were in that area had to be dug up from the rubble. So it was just a fucking disaster, a massacre. Shocking that more people aren't fucking killed. You know what? They might be underreporting that, honestly, because they're fucking underreporting
absolutely.
everything else. So
Everything else.
Yeah, it's probably a lot worse than what we've been told.
Yeah.
There was a large crater left. So for sure, definitely. And again, Trump did the market manipulation thing. He pulled out his phone. He hopped on live social and he said, "Guys, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it for real this time." Me and BB talked, coordinated strike with Israel. We're gonna hit the infrastructure. We're going to hit the power grids. We're going to do everything that goes against the Geneva Convention. I mean, we're already hitting residential areas, so why the fuck not, right? Right? We're going to do it for real this time. Pulls out his phone this morning. No, there's another deal on the table between everybody, the Middle East. There's another deal coming, right before the markets open back up.
Right before the markets open right back. It's crazy how that
Monday,
works out, right?
It's wild how that's been happening every week since February 28th. Every single week. Okay? We're not going to win, though, because Iran's allies are the other, part of the axis of evil. Russia, who's supposed to be our bestie, they're playing Trump. They're supplying intel. See, when you say it out loud, Russia is providing intel to Iran. I wonder what type of intel they're providing. One can only guess. Guess. And guess who's also allies with Russia? China. They're both allies with Iran, and they're supplying Iran with rocket launchers. I wonder if they're sharing information. One can only guess. So everyone started busting out the World War III again. World War III is coming. Newsflash, guys. There's not like a horn that you blow. Like they don't, in history books, they don't say it is.
They don't stand on
until it's there.
The pedestal and announce it.
Yeah, like it's not like Michael Scott from The Office where I declare bankruptcy. Like, no. So Ukraine, they carried out a drone strike on an Iranian cargo ship, and everyone said, "Oh, this is it. This is it." But see, here the thing is that this Russian cargo ship was transporting drones to Russia. The Iranian cargo ship was transporting drones and missiles to Russia. The people that they are currently in war with, they are not trying to insert themselves into the United States and Israel jumping Iran.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want their current adversary, Russia, to have more things to murder them with. You see how that works? Everybody's at, yeah, sure, it's World War III. Everybody is at fucking war with somebody else. That's what it is. It's not like a central issue where it was in World War II, where it was like, we gotta beat the shit out of Germany. No, Russia is at odds with Ukraine. We are in Israel are going at it with Iran. That's fucking up things for China and Russia as far as things go with the Strait of Hormuz. So they're going to do what they're doing and use Iran as a proxy, because you can call this what it is. It's a proxy war for Russia and China.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think what everybody is searching for is everyone declare a battleground in one country, and we all come in with our muskets, and we all stand in line and shoot each other until one country is left. No, it's not what it's going to look like. It's going to be the threats of attacking power grids.
Yeah.
And threats of doing war crimes, but also attacking residential areas and cyber attacks. Attacking Amazon warehouses, attacking Elon Musk assets in the Middle East. That's what this current world war is going to look like. It's not going to be it's time goes forward. Okay, it's just like the revolution that you guys think it's happening. Sure, okay, yeah, it's happening. It's not, everyone's not going to be in the street and shooting the person in the opposite uniform. No, it's going to come with grassroots candidates reforming the Democratic Party, the Republican Party eating itself from the inside out and turning into whatever the fuck it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be the America First Party or whatever. Like, that's what this is going to look like.
Yeah. Keep happening.
Over.
It's just...
Sorry.
It's going to just continue to snowball.
Yeah.
Every week. We're going to keep reporting on this Iran war until midterms.
Until we get an effective war powers resolution.
Yeah. So.
And we're only going to get that.
To be sick of us.
Yeah. We're really only going to get that with the new House and new Senate.
And that means you guys have to vote.
That's the truth. You say same way you guys say you can't vote your way out of this. You can't protest your way.
Yeah.
Out of it. Sorry.
It's just how it is. How it's got to be. Sorry. Speaking of elections, the elections you guys still think aren't happening. We're going to continue to prove why they are happening, because Republican strategists and senior Republicans, aka Trump's allies, the people closest to Trump, are now urging incumbents and candidates to distance themselves from Trump on the campaign trail. Basically, in these last couple weeks of push before your primaries and before the general, we need you guys to pretty much do the opposite when talking about Iran. So whatever Trump's saying, you can't get on that bandwagon, because the polls are showing that everyone fucking hates what's happening. They hate how Trump handled Iran. MAGA hates it. They're polling in like the 78 on Fox News of people who are disapproving of Trump's handling of the Middle East. So, and we know that those numbers, they lower them on Fox News. So if they're saying it's 78, then we know that it's truly like
it's bad.
90s.
99.
Yeah, 99. But they're saying, you pretty much, they said, if you want to have any chance at winning, you need to distance yourself from Trump.
Why would they do that? I thought they had this in the bag. That?
I thought they said all the polls were wrong.
I thought it didn't matter.
Like, if Trump is saying that everyone's happy with how I'm handling Iran, you need to come in and say, I wouldn't have done it like that. And they're giving them talking points, mind you. So when you start to hear these candidates say the same thing, like, if when I get in, this is how I'm going to handle things going forward, and they all say the same thing, those are the talking points that were given to them. They didn't come up with those on their own. So the ones who are like die-hard Trump are just so delusional that they are actually that 1% that agree with him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a email with 1,000 people CC'd on it.
everyone.
With a slide.
Send this shit to everyone.
At everyone.
You know? And what's probably going to happen is this is going to happen. We're going to see them start to distance themselves. And I think that Trump is, you know, he's always on TV. He's always talking live into the camera. I think he's going to get mad. I think he's going to get mad that even his own people are turning against him on the campaign trail. And even though his allies and Republican strategists are telling him, like, shut your fucking mouth, we know the man can't do that. We know he can't do that. So I'm really hoping that he'll get out there and be like, and all of you, we're going against me. Suck my dick. Iran, I'm your daddy.
Wait,
I just hope he
call them? Panicans.
Yeah, panicans.
For
panicans.
Oh, you panicans.
You might as well just run as Democrats.
You Democrats.
Yeah, they're not America first. And everyone's like, shh. Oh, and then here's going to come KK Caroline. He didn't mean it like that. He obviously is just fired up about Iran.
See, here's the problem with you media.
Fake media. You take and you twist his words. Ma'am, it was live. It was live. It was live streaming. It was live streaming. My rule of thumb is get this man in front of the camera on live TV as much as possible these next couple weeks. Because we've got big hit primaries. We've got Florida coming up. We've got some runoffs coming up. We are rounding out the end of primaries right now. Ugh, get him.
I personally want him to say the N-word. I want him to go full dementia, like I forgot everything, but I remember I'm racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me one.
I'm gonna need him on camera a lot.
Give me one. So when they say, how's Trump racist?
Let me play this clip for you.
Wait,
that's all we need. That's all we really need. But what everyone's most concerned about, it is day 50 asking where the fuck is Mitch McConnell? And, you know, we all have the same question, but how we're going about trying to get that answer has caused an uproar because like everything, the leftists have to ruin everything. Every fucking thing. Everything they touch, they ruin. So the leftists got their greedy little hands on this and said, how do we turn this against Democrats? How do we blame a Democrat for this? Let's blame the governor. So we said, I believe last week or the week before, that everybody wanted Governor Andy Beshear to bust down the doors of the hospital with TMZ and film him either alive or dead and case closed, as if like that was your Hope Corps edit that you wanted to make. And he was like, yeah, hi, no, I was a G. I know what I can do and what I can't do. I can write strongly worded letters right now. So that's what he was doing. Well, he released another proof of life photo with his wife. Different shirt this time, so he got the note that maybe we should switch the shirts up. But another proof of life photo came out, and again, the governor was like, that's not what I asked for. So now I'm going to write you another letter, and this letter is not only going to go to you, it's also going to go to Senate Majority Leader John Thune, basically saying, that wasn't good enough. We need you to verbally and directly address the people of Kentucky and give them an update on your health. And not only that, you need to tell people if you are going to be able to serve out the rest of your term, if you are coming back, and if you have the capability to serve. And if you don't do that, then hey, Mr. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, I'm going to insist that you open an investigation into the matter, and whatever your findings are, we will follow suit. Which is basically what all of us have been telling you guys. Like, he can't bust down the doors of the hospital. He can't declare his seat vacant. He can't just appoint someone because, again, the seat has not been claimed vacant. So his hands are tied. All he can do is continue to write the letters and show you guys that this is a priority for him. He can continue to call on John Thune to investigate because he has way more power in this situation. But he can't just wake up tomorrow and decide for Congress how this is going to work. He is the governor of Kentucky. He is not
different
Senate
fields.
Majority Leader John Thune. He's not
there's levels.
There is so many levels to this, and you know, something that we didn't think about that Amanda's Mild Take said that I fully am on board with now, because I was on the train of like, I don't think this man's with us anymore, and I think that they're just going to continue to roll with that. But now I'm starting to think maybe he might be with us, but he's probably not in any state to finish out the rest of his term. But like, I think he might still be with us, because I think if he wasn't, they would have announced his death and held a special election, because the likelihood of a Dem winning a special election in Kentucky is pretty impossible.
0.
It's pretty much impossible. So, you know, and everyone's like, well, maybe because they think a Dem would win these special elections. That's just not how this works. That's just not how this works.
It's not. It's not happening.
It's not. So that's making me think, oh, maybe he
maybe
is alive.
It doesn't help them for it to be going on like this.
Yeah, I understand everybody wants transparency, but you can't expect the governor of Kentucky to break the rules, or when we tell you he can't do that, then you say, like, make him do it, or he should do it, even if it's against the law. That's just not how this works.
That sets a dangerous fucking precedent for when we get the power back.
It's dangerous. And then you in turn get so mad as you sit on your couch at home and do nothing otherwise, say that you'll never vote for him for president if he runs in the future.
We're already doing it. You're already doing it again.
First of all, Governor Andy Beshear doesn't care. He probably would like to see how midterms go this year. He probably doesn't care about a presidential run right now. I can assure you that. Nor do any of us. You think I care about who's going to run for president right now?
When the SAVE Act and the NDAA don't pass, I better fucking see a big thank you to Andy Beshear.
And if you are going to get on the internet and loudly tell a former AG, now governor of a red state, a Dem governor of a red state, which is already a feat within itself, to break laws just because you told them to, you better be out canvassing for a candidate every single day. You better be on those phones, phone banking. You better be donating to your local candidates. Like, you better be doing every form of activism to think that you somehow, and even then, you just don't.
You won't.
If you think you're smarter than Andy Beshear,
Landon's trying to sell you.
Boy, do I have thoughts. Again, this is just leave Andy alone. Leave him alone. And if you're going to be mad at anyone right now and you really want transparency, then you should be calling Senate Majority Leader John Thune's office, because he's the one who could open an investigation.
You guys never have smoke for the Republicans.
No, you never have smoke for them. You never have smoke for the ones that are like racist, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic.
Just like you.
It's a little too close to you, I guess.
Too much like your grandpa. You don't
yeah.
be talking to grandpa.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to grandpa. Yeah. Call your racist grandmother and yell at her. You know?
Yell at her at Thanksgiving.
So again, we don't know in what state of life form Mitch McConnell is at day 50, but you want to know where he's not at? DC, voting on things. And to me, that's a win.
I'm good with that.
I mean,
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. I'm real good with that. So we'll be back next week to tell you what Andy Beshear doesn't do that you somehow think he's going to do. He's not going to appoint someone. We'll let you know next week when that doesn't happen.
Matter of fact, I want him to stay in whatever state he's in and run as the incumbent. Be brain dead and run as the incumbent.
Go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Give Charles Booker that seat.
Yeah, that's where. Or if we want to get mad at terrible white men, boy, do I have a white man for you to be mad at. Max Miller, Ohio, District 7. It's like every couple months, one of them enters the spotlight. That's where we're at. So according to court filings from his ex-wife, Emily Moreno, he is accused of physically abusing her during their marriage, pouring hot water on her, putting a gun to her head, and injuring their daughter as a toddler, and that he verbally harassed her attorneys, grabbed at 2 lawyers at the courthouse during their divorce hearings. Grabbed lawyers in the courthouse. That, in and of itself, I should be hearing left all over the place that he needs to resign. Resign.
Real quiet.
This is what we did with Eric Swalwell. We were like, no, you shouldn't be running as governor. You should step down. You were terrible. And this is obviously on a much different scale. We said the same thing with Corey Mills. You need to step down when the abuse allegations came out with the woman he was having an affair with. It should be the same here, right? Not hearing a lot of it. Definitely not hearing it from the Republicans. But today he put out a statement, and we're going to talk about it. It just only makes him look more guilty because he pretty much says, the allegations are false. I'm still going to run for Congress. And if I hurt her, then why would she ask to cook me dinner after?
Maybe she didn't want you to do it again.
Somebody let him put that out publicly because the amount of domestic violence domestic abuse survivors that came out and said that's literally how this works. We want to live, and you're pointing a gun to our head or you're physically harming us to the point where we're scared for our lives and our children's lives, then yeah, we're still going to cook you dinner so that you don't hurt us. So don't know what you thought you were doing with that, but everyone responded to that with, oh, you definitely did this. Oh, you absolutely did this. And his former father-in-law, Senator Bernie Moreno, has now called for him to resign.
Took long enough.
Now, mind you, this is ongoing and has happened in the past, and just now, her father is saying to resign. That's actually...
He would have said nothing if this never came out.
He is a Republican U.S. senator who is the father of the woman that this man was basically trying to kill, and the grandfather of the daughter that was also abused. And it took him until now to ask him to resign. This is how deep this shit goes. Obviously, there's going to be a legal process. The public is watching. We're going to see how Republican leadership responds. Probably not the way that they like to respond when it's a Dem, because they were all up in Eric Swalwell's business, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But it should go on both sides of the aisle, especially something like this where there are abuse allegations. You guys are real focused on... Yeah, that have been proven. Been proven. He did it at the courthouse. He felt that emboldened. Come on now. Absolutely. It's just...
Get that
and the response should tell you everything that you need to know.
Get that fucking hoodlum out of Congress.
Let's go. Tomorrow, let's talk about racists. Haley Stevens, running in Michigan. You know her. The Michigan way. She sounds like Miss Ungermeyer from the Lizzie McGuire movie. If you're a millennial or a gay, you know. The millennials and the gays know. Miss Ungermeyer.
Stick it to them.
A little stick it to them. A sneaky brown noser with a hidden agenda. It's Miss Ungermeyer. That's where she got the accent from. And Alex Vindman, who is running for Senate in Florida, white man, his wife, both, we're going to talk about them both because they're both racist. So they both get a segment on this podcast. So we'll start with Alex Vindman's wife. She is on Threads. And this is where the white women love to go and just be openly racist and then go, wait, I wasn't supposed to do that?
Why are you booing?
I thought this was Twitter. I thought we could do that here. Why are you booing? Why are you throwing tomatoes at me? She put out a thread that was just an attack on Angie Nixon, who is also running for U.S. Senate as a Dem. She is currently a state rep, and the context is important here. She is a Black woman running for U.S. Senate. And Rachel decided to say that while Angie is at these 20-person events, she's obviously is just talking about my mans at these events, which is what she's fucking supposed to do, mind you. And she should be wearing much more professional clothing and shoes, because that's all the white women have, is to comment on attire instead of policy stance. So she said that, and of course everyone was like, oh, that's racist. That's so racist. You're telling a Black woman who is dressing very professionally, but not your definition as a white woman of professional.
She's always wearing a
commenting
blazer.
on her wearing comfortable shoes. She's literally always wearing a blazer. She's color coordinated with her campaign. As somebody who just saw her at an event where it was 1,000,000 fucking degrees, even though it was nighttime and there wasn't a breeze, she was wearing a blazer and her Angie for Senate shirt with her whole family with her. She is a mother. She has 5 children. She has a van that she brings her family to drive around to go to these events, that some events have thousands of people, have hundreds of people, some events have 20 people. The point is that Angie doesn't care how many people are at the event, because it's an event where she gets to go and talk to people where they could be her constituents in the future. And mind you, it's probably better for her to go to the smaller events like the one I went to with her, which had about 20 to 50 people, because she was able to talk to everyone there. And she didn't feel rushed. And she was actually able to listen to people's stories and figure out where they're at and what's going on. You know, she's going to be a senator. She's going to be passing bills. She's going to be passing reconciliations. She needs to talk to people and understand. Whereas your husband, when he's asked a question, sprints to his car, and once he gets in the car and locks the door, thinks it's funny to laugh and wave at a fellow candidate who is running for Congress, not even running against him, a fellow Dem running for Congress whose spouse is in the military, and she wants to know what he would do as senator with Iran, which I think is a great opportunity for him to speak on with another candidate. But instead, he ran to the car and hid, and
That's your community.
you're trying to gotcha Angie for going to events with 20 people. She doesn't have to go to those events, mind you. Her events, she's been at events with thousands of people. And mind you, when she's not at events, she's on TikTok Live talking to constituents that can't get to her events. She's boots on the ground and she's online. And your husband and you like to hide behind whatever form of safety. You're like, oh my God, I'm behind my phone, so I'm like, LOL. And oh my God, I'm in my locked car. I feel so safe over here. Running as being the white man who doesn't like Trump is just not going to cut it. That's all he has. That's all he has. And they are going as low as attacking an overly qualified Black woman who has done nothing to them. I've been at her events. I've heard her speak. I go on to her TikTok lives. She is not trashing Alex. But when you're running against somebody, you have to talk about them and the things that you would do differently from them. That's how this works. So when she posted that, she obviously got a lot of backlash. I would like to read you her first response, the one that was definitely her, and then we'll talk about the one that was not her, which was definitely Alex's team. This was what she posted first. I want to read it in its full form. Her first post was, if your campaign events with less than 20 people devolve into you making personal attacks on your opponent, which didn't happen, you are a shitty human. I know you're checking my page, and yes, I'm talking about you, but I won't say your name because you're not worth it. Mind you, Angie it's about Angie. Also, buy some professional clothes for the love of everything. That includes shoes. That's what she said. So then she got all the backlash that she deserves, and she said, fine, I deleted it. But I proved my point that you're watching. Angie didn't have to watch. All of us watched for her.
No, we were watching.
We were watching. The people that are, hi, me, I'm voting. I'm here in Florida. The one that could vote for your husband and would never fucking vote for your husband, mind you.
Good job.
Good job with that, with the winky face. Then you later posted what really solidified everything for me, which is Taylor Swift's Karma lyrics. That tracks. That really tracks. I'll let everybody sit with that for a second. And then came Alex's team's response that they made her post, which is, earlier today, I posted comments that were not appropriate and done in poor taste, and I sincerely apologize. And I will be more thoughtful about what I post going forward. That wasn't fucking her.
Said, give me the fucking phone.
Their team said, all right.
No.
Mind you, the reason we're saying this is because this is not the first time Rachel has taken to posting on Twitter or wherever on social media attacking like anyone, but specifically the screenshots that I've seen, somebody posted, I forget where where Alex's brother was running. He's also a politician. but I forget.
Inman?
Yeah, I forget where his brother was running. But he was running somewhere else, not in Florida. And somebody posted and was like, I haven't heard of this guy. It was a black man. He posted, I haven't heard of this guy. And she went scorched fucking earth on Twitter on this guy. How dare you? What do you mean, how dare us? Politics is supposed to be boring. And this was back in like 2023. Where we didn't know shit. Okay, politics was boring unfortunately, before 2024.
I didn't know who
we thought we were safe after 2020.
Yeah,
so all of us went back to our little bubbles. We shouldn't have. That's why we're here today. We all learned our lesson. But like, to be fair, it's like, yeah, there's been plenty of times where I've been like, I don't know who that is. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. It means I don't know who they are. And that would have been a perfect chance for you to go, hi, yes, that's actually my brother-in-law, and he's running for blah, blah, blah. Instead, she was like, how dare you? Are you kidding? So no, this is not... This is how they are. And yeah, Alex runs away from questions. And I live in Florida, and we don't typically, obviously, endorse candidates that are not in our area because we don't know, like we interview the grassroots candidates and we always say you should vote for grassroots candidates because we think they're the way of the future. But for us to like be like, this is what your district needs when we're not in that district, we always try not endorse every single candidate because we are interviewing them and giving them a platform, but we don't live in that district. But I feel very confident because I live in Florida and because I will be voting for Angie, that Angie is the way.
Yeah.
Hands down. Because I would rather have somebody that would go to the event with 20 people to talk to all of us and treat us all with dignity and respect than to ask a question and have somebody run in the opposite direction. And it wasn't even a crazy question. I don't know about you, but we have to stop with the whole, well, it's Florida or it's Texas, so we've just got to vote for the white man because that if a Dem's gonna win, it's probably gonna be a white man. So that's not what the fucking primaries are for. We keep telling you guys the primary is a chance for you to vote for who you want to vote for, not who you think might win in November.
Dumb mindset.
That's such a ridiculous mindset and takes away the right to vote. The right for you to vote was for you to vote for who you want to vote for.
That's literally the opposite of democracy. That just doesn't.
Or who you just think would win, but it's not your choice. Like, that's the problem. That's
like, it's not a game of rock, paper, scissors where you need to think 3 steps. Oh, well, they're going to pick rock, so yeah. I need to pick paper, but if they pick paper, I'm going to pick scissors.
Yes.
And hope for the best.
Yes.
No!
And there is a difference, obviously. When we told you guys to vote for Kamala, it was because there was no other choice but Trump. The lesser of two evils played into that factor. But we're talking about primaries here. Primaries are different. Primaries are who you pick to be the Dem or to be the Republican on the ticket in November. That is a chance for your voice to be heard. You could write in a name if you want. Who gives a fuck? It's the primaries. If you don't do that in the primaries, then you're left with no choice but to vote for the lesser of two evils in November. But that's what the fucking primaries are for. Please, dear God. You know? You don't just have to vote for the David Jollies because, it's a white guy. We're going to vote for the op and hope he's not an op. When there's an overly qualified black woman in both races, in Senate and for governor, that are literally have way better policy plans that you could vote for because they're the better candidate. You will take the bottom of the barrel and be okay with it when there is just like this star of hope and prosper, and you guys are like, I don't know.
The vote for the safe pick. I don't know if they're gonna vote.
Like
for
Dana
the
Foster's right
like.
there, Angie Nixon's right there, and you guys are like, this Republican looking op. We're gonna go with that one. It's not working.
It's not working. The universe keeps showing you guys.
And then you get James Talarico'd.
You get James Talarico'd. You get Graham Plattnerd. William Lawrence saying the quiet part out loud, and you're like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think this one's different.
You know, and then it divulged because that's just the wife, and then you got Haley Stevens, who's actually the candidate, just crashing the fuck out Also,
that's the
online.
Michigan way.
That's the Michigan way, where I'm talking full racist, Islamophobic, just rant that all of us go, what the fuck was that? Everyone collectively went.
Everyone said, why did you just do that?
It's because we were all making fun of your voice. He didn't do that. We did. And that's not a Michigan accent. I'm sorry. Everyone in Michigan's like, we don't talk like that.
Why aren't you mad at us?
She finally, broke. We broke Haley Stevens with calling her out for paying micro-influencers under the table where they don't divulge, and all of them started deleting their accounts and not making videos. She's probably pissed about that. She's pissed that we're all clipping her videos of her just terrible accent that she came up with, and coming at her for taking APAC, that she finally broke. And when she broke, it was just like, here is who I truly am. Right. And some of you are still like, I feel like we gotta vote for her though. And I'm just over here like she could be like, I'm gonna kill your firstborn baby. And you're like, yeah, but she's probably the only choice that would win. So
the only people that I understand, even though I don't agree with, is that the people that are absolutely getting alienated, that are Haley Stevens voters, like the fucking Walt Mastersons, that are quite literally trying to sabotage her campaign.
Yeah.
And Stevens voters are like, dude, you're doing too much, but still.
Well, yeah, because that's breaking the law.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between being like, I'm going to join her campaign team and get all this intel and then use it and sabotage her, which is against the law.
And announce it online.
That's how we land ourselves in sticky situations. You know, you can't do that. But you could also just not vote for Haley Stevens.
Yeah,
that's really all we're asking.
She's not it.
She's not it. Alex is not it. We're just asking you not to vote for people who are
Obama.
But there hasn't even been an election and they're openly being racist. What do you think is going to happen? I really want to know.
Obama didn't endorse her. That didn't happen. That's a lie. I don't know.
Jasmine Crockett didn't endorse her. So stop with that too.
That's a lie.
The AI slop is crazy.
People.
Yeah. And then stop attacking Black people who have a problem with racism, because what the fuck is happening? It's all happening on Threads too. And we just got into Threads and I'm like, oh, I'm in the bad place. This is the bad place. I'm like,
hey guys, so racism is bad and like, I don't...
Nobody's racist. Racism didn't exist 20 years ago.
And I'm like, so nobody's racist? Blocked. They blocked me. Like, so you're telling me that...
And we're like, that's really MAGA coded. They're like, block. Okay, it hit a nerve, so it's true.
Nobody that votes blue is racist. That's what you're telling me. Blocked.
There's no racist progressives. Okay.
They don't want to answer that question.
Okay. Noted. That's how we're moving on Threads. Okay.
But then you bitches will be the same ones. Martin Luther King said, be wary of the white liberal. Which one is it? Which are none of you? He's talking about, are none of you racist, or are all the white people racist? Like Martin Luther King said.
They're all fucking racist. All right.
Fuck off.
Angie Nixon. Okay. Angie
Please.
Nixon. Abdul. Michigan.
Yeah. It's easy.
Easy. Remember the names.
Knock it out this month.
Let's go. I go for it. Let's go.
Let's go 2 for 2.
Let's just not be racist, please. Coming from the white woman. Let's just not.
It's so
How about
easy.
we don't? Is that too much to ask? If I can do it, you can too. That's my ad. The bars in hell. Speaking of things that are getting very much pushed under the rug that we should be concerned and be asking questions and should be talking about. So this is like fucking dystopian. It is. It's like a dystopian novel, but it's actually about books. So it came out that these AI companies might be buying up antique books to digitize them for AI training. And then after doing that, they destroy the book. So I guess this has been happening. And then it just became more and more unraveled. So I want to take you through the timeline to understand, because this was starting as early as 2021. So in June of 2021, Anthropic co-founder Ben Mann downloaded a large collection of books from a piracy site. And then this is where it all started. And then in early 2024, Anthropic launched Project Panama, is what they're calling it, where they buy millions of physical copies of books, cut off the spine of the book, scan them, and then recycle, aka destroy, the originals. And that's what it is. Buying up books, cutting out the spine, scanning all the pages for training purposes, and then destroying the book. So in June of 2025, a federal judge ruled that it was legal because they purchased the books, so they bought them, so whatever they do with them is what they do with them, and that it was protected by fair use. Yeah, that was last June. So then in January of this year, the project became widely known after more than 4,000 pages of court documents were unsealed and reported to the Washington Post. So the Washington Post got a hold of the story because it was so swept under the rug last year with all the other bullshit that was happening that when it was unsealed, Washington Post said, "This isn't good." And they posted about it. And when they did, booksellers in several countries reported that anonymous buyers were purchasing rare and out-of-print books in bulk with historical value, and they were being destroyed for AI training, which makes all of us go, shit. Are they trying to destroy parts of history through books? And you would be correct. Under the guise of, we're just putting this through AI to train it, okay? You didn't have to break the spine, scan it, and destroy it. But according to a federal judge, because they bought the book, they could do whatever they want with it. Except when you buy a rare book where there's maybe only a couple copies printed or a couple copies left, and then you buy all of those copies and then you destroy them, then they don't exist anymore.
And these are the dark corners of capitalism.
And this is what we've told you guys from the start, like since we started recording this podcast, that it was never going to be this in-your-face things that they do. It was going to be, even with the election stuff, it was never going to be stuff like the SAVE Act that's in your face. It was always going to be stuff they did under the covers, in the dark of night, deleting out history. They tried to do it like in the Smithsonian, but it was too much. It got too much press. So then it was like, okay, well, we can't just remove history from the Smithsonian because apparently, you know, people hear about it and they see it and then they get mad. So we have to, how do we erase parts of history?
Find the source material.
Yeah, destroy it at the source. And then nobody's going to know because who's going to know except the bookstore employees? And they all have to talk to each other and they don't. So unless like somebody like the Washington Post were to post an article about it, nobody's going to know. They would do stuff like that or, you know, bomb threats at a local polling location that is predominantly black voters.
Closing half of them.
Closing half of them and then not reopening them with enough time. Like these were the things that we warned you guys about, which is like they're going to distract you with these big shiny things that seem terrible. Like the SAVE Act is terrible, but you're going to be so focused on that you don't see what happens over here. This is what we mean. This is what we mean. And it sucks because Washington Post, you're only going to be able to read that article if you pay for Washington Post. So,
and then aren't they owned by Bezos?
Yeah, yeah. So then you have to wait for other news sources to read it and maybe post about it. Like, I'm always like, oh, hopefully AP will post about it or The Guardian. But I'm not going to pay for this Washington Post. Or you have to find somebody who does have it and we'll give it. It's just crazy. It's crazy the society we live where this is where we're
vendors buying them because it's like, how did you scoop that? Is it you doing it, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah. Just watch what's happening and pay attention. In Sullivan County, Indiana, a data center being built currently, it's currently under construction being built, accidentally cut off power to their tornado warning sirens for a tornado warning.
Oops.
Mind you, these tornado warning sirens don't have like a backup generator or anything else to power it if a line were to be cut or power were to go out. Because their state wouldn't allocate funding for that in Indiana. So while we're in the midst of tornado season, Tornado Alley, lots of crazy weather, that county wouldn't have gotten the tornado warning siren that goes off. And you would only be able to rely on your phone or maybe the TV. But that doesn't help, say, if you're driving or say you're working out in the field or something. Usually those sirens are the indicator that you should get to safety very quickly. And if those don't go off, that puts a lot of lives at risk for a data center to be built. Yeah. This is what we meant when we said life or death.
It's not going to be muskets.
Again, it's not going to be in your face. It's going to be things like this. And then there's going to be that documentary that's like, oh my God, all these people died and it was preventable. Like the documentaries on Camp Mystic. That was all preventable. That flooding was preventable. We're about to see the next documentary in Indiana.
This the documentary for this period is going to open up with the USAID cuts, and that's going to be classified as a genocide.
Yep. Absolutely. Like, it's gone to the point where, perfectly segueing into our next topic, people don't want to come here. They don't. If we saw from FIFA, people don't want to come here, especially Canadians. They don't want any part of this. Totally understand. Totally get it. We get it. The United States has lost over $3 billion in revenue from Canadian tourism because Canadians are boycotting the U.S. And in July, year-over-year visits have dropped 30%. And this is New Hampshire, which is notorious for Canadian tourism. I grew up in Massachusetts. Canadians love to come to New Hampshire, upstate New York, Vermont, because it's right on the border and you can get to it very quickly and you can just drive. Because of tariffs, because of the rising costs here, why would you come over here and spend more money
when you want to get tossed in a concentration camp?
Because of ICE, because of issues at the border, because of safety concerns, and because, quite frankly, Trump is president, is constantly shitting on Canada. I wouldn't want to go to the country where they're just shitting on my country all the time. So look at that. Would you look at that? Another thing we said you wouldn't feel right away, the effects. But in a place like New Hampshire that heavily relies on tourism as part of a way for them to make more money as a state, that's not good. We said it when he instilled tariffs. We said this is going to affect tourism. People are not going to want to travel here. And everyone was like, he's going to back out. It's going to be fine. Now we feel the effects. And we will continue.
Come here. We're the best.
They love the U.S. We're the best country in the world. And everyone's
we have Disney World.
So does France. So does Tokyo. We're not all that. We're really not. It's scary here.
We're not all that. Let's circle back to Mitch McConnell. So right now, the Senate, they're trying to confirm Trump's personal lawyer to be the next AG. Tell you why this, links to Mitch McConnell. So Senate Majority Leader John Thune and John Cornyn, who got primaried out of his primary in Louisiana, they are both withholding their votes to confirm Todd Blanche from becoming the next Attorney General, because essentially they both wanted in writing that Trump is no longer going to move forward with the $1.8 billion slush fund. Right. So here's the thing. They would need 51 votes, right, to get that Senate confirmation pushed through. I don't know. Let's assume Fetterman's a yes. That would put them at 50. With them out, who could have got them to 51?
We are telling you guys to shut the fuck up. You're literally your bully right now. We're like, don't ask where Mitch McConnell is.
Does it make sense yet? Does the simple addition and subtraction?
You guys are snitches.
Shut you guys. Hey, are you gonna collect the homework?
They're like, I thought we had a pop quiz today. We're like, shut the fuck. And then the teacher's like, oh yeah, we should have that pop quiz where, we should do that special election. Yes, of course.
When those two started being petty, that was the first thought I had. I said, okay, that puts it at 49. That means Fetterman's gonna be yes and put him at 50. Oh. You bitches don't possess critical thinking. Because the Republicans are bringing out their greatest hits. We are back in the year 2020. We're talking about There's a Senate hearing for Dr. fucking Fauci for what I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know.
I don't know. They're just asking him about shit, and they're accusing him of being the reason people are dead, and they're mad because he pled the fifth on every stupid ass question.
I fucking would too.
Yeah, this is a fucking waste of time. He can't. Oh well, that must mean that he's guilty. So just like Trump, who did it over 400 times in a deposition. We're not going to talk about that though, right?
None of the cabinet members ever answer the questions.
That's different. They want to have a spectacle. They want to trip him up and be able to indict him over some bullshit, over some technicality or some loophole of something he says, so they can do the jingly keys and say, look, guys, here's why you need to vote for us because we were right. We locked them up. You're going to vote for us?
They paid those creators to make those great day to be unvaccinated videos because every single one of you had the same fucking video. Great day to be unvaccinated.
I blocked so many more people.
I was like, oh, they all got paid.
I'm like, oh, you guys have been biding your time for this to be the hill you're gonna die on, like Charlie Kirk. Blocked.
They're like,
blocked.
Great day to be unvaccinated.
Be unvaccinated and lonely, bitch. Here's another thing that, well, this isn't actually under the covers because this came out. This is it. This is a dystopian. This is 1984, George Orwell. All the sci-fi movies, Minority Report. They're creating an AI tool for pre-crime policing. Yup, you heard that right. Fucking Eagle Eye, Shia LaBeouf. They want to use the government data on us. Hey, don't tread on me, people. Are you listening? We want small government people. Are you listening? They want to feed our government data that they have on us into AI and use it to predict crime before it happens.
How do you guys think they're going to use that?
Surely they'll go after all the white...
Who do you think they're going to use that on? That's the actual question.
They'll surely go after the white supremacist groups and all the terrorist groups, right? And all the people who are actual dangerous to society, right? Right? They will use it for purely noble and just reasons, right? No.
No,
they're going to train the AI and say, these are the people we don't like. Come up with some bullshit because all of the competent lawyers left the DOJ and we don't have any more bullshit to come up with. And we need to fucking get these people in chains for something because we're losing the base. We need something. So we got to start watching the dystopian movies. We need some ideas. Brad, what do you have?
Vote, please. God damn it.
Please. Brad, what do you have? Hey, has anyone seen the movie Eagle Eye? I'm sure that's how that meeting went. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Leftus and MAGA.
So great.
Thanks. Awesome. To make it even worse, you definitely need to go vote because Elon Musk, even though he literally just said a week ago, I think I, did too much with the whole politics thing. Literally,
now that he's being investigated.
48 hours later, he says, I'm going to be dumping millions of dollars into the midterms again because I'll probably go to prison.
Yeah. He got a phone call from Stephen Miller. He said, you fucked my wife and you're trying to back out. Not on my watch.
Pony up. You don't get to fuck my wife for free.
I'm pretending to be this baby's dad. I'm going to need you to drop millions.
He sent him an invoice for fucking his wife.
And having their child that he has to pretend is his. That's my conspiracy theory.
So, please, guys, the Supreme Court said the money's unlimited. I'm laughing so I don't cry. Please, okay? He can donate. He's doing it through America PAC, okay? The Supreme Court ruled like a month ago that PACs can donate unlimited money to federal races. So we need a repeat of when he tried to dump all that money into the Wisconsin Supreme Court race, and Wisconsin, get the fuck out of here. Take that fucking cheese off your head and get the fuck out of our state.
And
now, he said,
wait, you don't want money?
People like, don't like me?
You here? Get the fuck out.
Who the fuck are you? We just literally... You need to scram. Get out of here.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
We just finished lighting a Tesla dealership on fire. Get the fuck out of here right now. Are you good?
This is how we need to keep moving, you guys. We don't have as much oomph as we did last year.
Right? We were lighting shit on fire.
We were like we were keying Teslas.
Vandalism.
You were screaming at Cybertrucks.
What happened?
What happened to us?
Bring that back. Bring that back for the next 90-ish days. Come on.
Just really lay it on.
Come on. You guys said you were ready to go when those warehouses were on fire. Come on.
Yeah.
But in better news, that will definitely help with these subpoenas that are coming once we get the pen back. The DOJ has been forced to hand over key Epstein file documents. That was this Friday from Katie Fang. So Katie Fang was a former MS Now correspondent. She got laid off. She became an independent journalist. She's now with the Midas Touch. Mm-hmm. Fun fact about Katie Fang, girl used to be a prosecutor. Mm-hmm. She knows what she's doing. She said, you know what? I'm going to use this knowledge and my powers for good, and I am going to bust the Epstein files wide open myself. Shout out to Katie Fang. Mm-hmm. We're not going to see that shit anytime soon, obviously, because the Republicans run every part of this government, guys. And, okay. Yeah. Stop asking why isn't anybody arrested? That's a dumb question at this point, honestly. Okay, because all the people that can do the arresting are fucking Nazis. Got it? Cool. More good news. You remember the Olympian that got arrested for doing nothing to the reflecting pool?
Doing absolutely nothing to the reflecting pool.
And they said he vandalized it. The DOJ had to drop all the criminal charges against him.
Because he didn't do anything.
He didn't do shit. They were embarrassed. They looked absolutely foolish. Apparently
Biggest
Trump is fucking...
burger.
Crashing out over that because he looks like a fucking moron.
They drained that pool and there was nothing there.
There was literally it was
no 200-foot gash.
There was just tire marks from them driving on it, and it was black.
Case closed.
Yeah, that's all. And then to go out on a good note, some final good news. MySpace, you remember it? Yeah, it's coming back. We don't know when.
I'm nervous
but it's coming
for
back.
it. Just based on
I'm ready.
I'm nervous because the leftists ruin everything and they're gonna fucking ruin MySpace.
Yeah, they will, but I'm definitely gonna fucking piss people off.
There are all the
top
young
8.
leftists that didn't get to use I was on the last bit of MySpace usage.
Yeah. Oh, I was HTML.
I had an undercover MySpace profile because my mom didn't let me have social media apps and stuff until I was 14. So I was undercover on MySpace. Mom, if you're watching, sorry.
Oh yeah, I was undercover there, but
I didn't even get to really experience it because it was only a year before they did away with MySpace because that's just how it worked. And I just feel like the leftists who never got to experience MySpace are gonna ruin it.
I just want top 8 fights. I want the top 8 fights back so bad. I want to make my top 8, and I want I don't know, maybe I'm sick, but I want someone to be like, yo, what the fuck? What? I'm like, because I don't fuck with you.
Like don't fuck with you.
That's
every
why
week
you're
it's
not
going to be
there.
a countdown for your top 8 drop.
I might do that. Who's going to make the cut? It's going to be that's going to be my version of Love Island.
I don't even have 8 people.
8 I think we were able to make it less than 8.
Yes, we're going to be 3 people. It's never going to move.
It's gonna be 3. Yeah.
It's going to be anti-climb. I want to do my bottom 8.
I'm going to paywall it if you want to be.
Subscribe to our MySpace.
Like and subscribe. Donate to the Cash App.
No, I just want it to be the opposite. I want to be my top 8 ops. The Cancer in me wants to be the top 8 ops of the week.
Weaponize it.
Yes, I want to use this for evil. I think if MySpace comes back, it should be evil. Evil MySpace. Roll with me here. The worst music. Your worst music picks. Top 8 ops. Everything is just the evil version of MySpace.
I'm right.
Chris and Tim, if you're listening.
I agree.
Just feel while we're all still in this villain era, we should really hit it home because I have a lot to say after the midterms
I don't
are
have
over.
I don't have enough room for just 8.
That's why it changes every week.
I need at least 73.
This week, I already know who my top 8 ops would be. The whole Vindeman fam. Haley Stevens, Alex, Rachel, the brother, Walter,
Walt Masterson, you're racist, bro.
Then it changes because every week I hate a new group of 8 people without fail.
There's a new racist sprouting its wings every fucking week.
We'll get into petty land where maybe at the end of the episode, at the bottom, like when I type it out, I'll type up our top 8 ops of the week.
Ooh,
it's just probably going to get dicey. But who gives a fuck? We don't get paid.
Contrary to popular
Walter's
belief.
probably going to say we did. I'm going to ask Walter for the proof.
Prepare to get sued again.
Yeah. Yeah. And just as Devin gives you, like, good news, here I am to crush your good news. Remember back when they said that ICE was going to be at the airports when the government was shut down, and they framed it as like, they're going to go help TSA. TSA is going to have to teach ICE how to do their jobs, and they're just going to kind of be there to help. And we were like, yeah, we know that's not what's happening. Well, now they're kind of taking it a step further. So now ICE is using TSA to prioritize stopping individuals with expired visas traveling in the U.S. because they have to hit their numbers, and they are going to plant themselves at these airports, and they are just going to be villains. We talk about villains in the airport, probably roundhouse kicking anyone with an expired visa, taking them to the ground, making a whole scene out of it. Be prepared. It's going to be all the international airports, probably. These are times where you could call your governors, your state reps, your more local office of where you know they're going to be, and that's where you could voice your concerns as to them being in the airport. I know it's, you know, it's a long shot, but better than nothing. If you want to yell, because you guys love yelling, those are who you should call.
Yell at them, not me.
And then fucking vote, and then this won't happen. And let's round out the week. Yes, that really did happen. So Trump's back doing his little rallies, and there was a heckler at his last rally. I'm surprised that the heckler got through. He kept screaming that he was a pedophile protector from the crowd. It was really good. Because he got it in like a bunch of times before Trump noticed, and he didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. He just was like, "You're a communist." He was like, "And you're a pedophile protector." What do you mean?
Why didn't bro say, "No, I'm not"?
It's the most sibling coded fight. "No, I'm not. You're a pedophile protector."
I'd be like, "No, I'm not. You are."
The most. Again, as I keep saying, keep putting him in front of a microphone. I just think he should be live streamed for the next couple months. Don't turn it off. Because, again, you get him in front of a microphone at the worst possible moment, like at Lindsey Graham's funeral. And he's like, I gotta recount this story where I look terrible. I gotta recount this story that involves me telling you guys what Lindsey Graham's phone number is. And I'm gonna tell you his phone number. And then I'm gonna make a dead person joke. I'm gonna say, you could try calling it. Meanwhile, people are sobbing. Again, like, we are not. Don't get it twisted. It's more the people that attended this funeral. We're not expecting Lindsey Graham to drop dead, okay? He wasn't like 90 years old. You know, it was a sudden death. People are shocked out in the crowd. And he's like, try calling him. Here's his phone number. Phone's going to ring from the casket.
Wait, you know we would call it.
Like, what the fuck?
No signal.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
It went straight to voicemail.
Just like, when we say there are times where, like, in our mind, that shit's funny because we don't care about Lindsey Graham, but the people there were definitely like, who the fuck invited him? Did you guys write him a script? He's not reading it. After the White House Correspondents' Dinner, he's like, fuck your scripts. They're not funny. I'm funny. And you know what? He is in that instance. That was funny as fuck. Docks a dead man in front of his casket.
In front of his family.
And then double down and say, call it. Good luck is fucking hilarious. He should write his own speeches. Let him write a speech.
Come on. You guys are letting him do everything else.
It's elderly abuse. Let him write a script.
What's one more thing? You don't tell him no on anything else.
Yeah. Like, God, let him write his scripts. God damn it.
Let him cook.
And in kind of surprising news, Alex Jones, the QAnon, everything's a conspiracy, that guy.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah. He's calling for Trump's impeachment and the 25th Amendment.
Again.
He was big MAGA. He was big MAGA, but the problem is that that's not getting him money anymore. There comes met at the crossroads. And so the new fun thing
There's no change of heart.
Is to pretend like you never supported him and then call for his impeachment. And then all of us go,
there's no change of heart.
Yeah, I remember that MAGA hat. You can run, but you can't hide. And Vivek Ramaswamy. You haven't seen the last of him. Somebody allowed him to go somewhere and speak, to which he was pretty much like, I'm great, you guys suck. I'm rich, you're poor, and whoever's the president doesn't really matter to me because it's not going to affect. And then he was in Ohio, he said that, and they booed his ass off the stage. Just fucking.
Why are you booing?
14 minutes into his speech. They let him talk for 14 minutes before booing him off the stage. And these were like, these are his like supporters. These are people that like are big MAGA.
I think he might have a chance at becoming the governor of Ohio.
He said, I'm rich, you're poor, suck my dick. And then they were like, boo, get the fuck off the stage. And he was like, okay. And they just, literally they booed and they were like, get out of here.
Get out of here. You
try.
He knows his curtains.
They were pulling out the big boy words out there. Political cretin was crazy. They were like, we aren't actually uneducated out here.
They definitely had that with a racist undertone for sure. And you know what? Hey, tokens get spent, buddy.
He said, you're a political cretin and you need to get off the stage. Is exactly how it said, and exactly in the pitch this man sounded. You need to leave.
Scram.
And he did. He did listen like a good boy. Anyways, that's all we have for this week. Make sure you tune in on Thursday for another grassroots candidate interview. By the time it's next week, it'll be early voting for the primaries in Florida. So get your ass in gear. The ballots are ready for you to look at. We've got judges on there. We've got commissioners. We've got state house. So please make sure you're looking at who's running locally. Oh my God. Oh my God. We've talked a lot about Senate and Congress, but dear God, please look at who's running for your county judge. I'm not kidding. Your state legislature, please. Oh my God. School boards. Again, we always say corruption starts at the local level. And these are seats that are flippable because Republicans are mad right now and they're not voting.
They're not.
Now's the time. Now is the time to get in there and fuck some shit up. So you can go to, I think Vote 411 has the sample ballots. So you can go and you can look. And then, unfortunately, I will say, usually people running in local elections don't go and fill out the questionnaire on there. So that's kind of the sucky part. So you got to do a little bit more research. So sorry, but that's what it has to be.
Give ChatGPT a break as your therapist and research some candidates.
Research some candidates. We might have interviewed them. So
pull in a playlist.
Go look at the playlist. And
we're literally spoon feeding it to you.
Don't make us mad.
Please.
And we will see you again next week with more bullshit. Bye.